What's going on, my party people? So I'm sitting here getting ready to record a guest video for a big time YouTube channel, at least big time in my world. And as I was sitting here, I saw the mailman came, and I think that he delivered a package that I've been waiting on for a few weeks or so. Now this package, I'm excited about this because it includes something that I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of journaling, but specifically the 5-minute journal, something that I started incorporating to my morning routine, probably almost 2 years ago. So the cool thing about this journal is that the makers of the 5-minute journal, they created a version for children. And this is something I've been wanting my kids to do for a while now, is to actually start journaling, especially with the 5-minute journal, because it's so easy. And I'm just excited to see what the format's like, because I want my kids, before they go to school, to start journaling about what they're grateful for, what are the things they're excited about today, and then also in the evening, what are some of the cool things that happened. So that's why I'm excited about this. I ordered 3 for my 3 boys. I did not order one for my daughter. She's only 3 at the time of this recording, so I hope she doesn't freak out. She probably is. I think we have a journal that we can give her, probably a pink one. Hopefully she doesn't get too upset about that. And I apologize if it's windy, if you can't hear me very well, but it is windy today. All right, so let's see what we got here in the mailbox. All right, that looks like it's it. So I got the journals, I hope. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't really look at these very well. So this was a Kickstarter campaign that these guys launched, and when I saw it, I thought, okay, I gotta get it. I've gotta get it. My kids are gonna love it. If they don't love it, I'm gonna make them love it. But yeah, let's see what this is all about. All right, so I'm getting my first look at the kids' version of the 5-minute journal. Probably hard to see because it's white and I've got a lot of natural light coming through here. But the cool thing about the 5-minute journal that I've always loved is that it just forces you to do a lot of things that most people don't do, because we just say that we're too busy. And to do these things first thing in the morning, it just primes your day to have literally like the best day that you could have the best day ever. And some of the things I feel that are just so important is the gratitude focus. And here's an example that you'll see in the book. It just calls the magic of gratitude. One of the things I love about my 5-minute journal is really just starting the day off with being grateful, because we get so busy that we forget about all the things that we have in our life. We spend so much time focusing on the things that we don't have, the things that we want, that we're trying to get, instead of just being appreciative and grateful for the things that we already have. In the book, it just talks about that with with our kids, the magic of gratitude and just how important that is. And I know for me, so I have a background where I didn't have a lot growing up. Both my parents, well, my dad didn't have a lot of money. My mom had some money, so I had some things, but man, the house that we lived in was nothing like the house that I live in today, that my family lives in today. So here I have my boys and my daughter that are living in this amazing house, and they don't understand the hard work and the grit, the hustle that went into this. Now, they are getting it because I have this conversation with them on a consistent basis, almost like a daily basis. But I want them to be grateful for the things that they have, because if you have kids, you know this. Kids always want stuff. They always want things, whether they be toys or clothes. And as they get older, phones and more expensive clothes, and they want cars, they want to go on trips, they want to go to concerts. This is gonna happen. If it hasn't happened to you yet, stay tuned. So that's just with the 5-minute journal, especially for the kids edition, is that I want them to focus on the things that they have, so that when they don't get what they want, so they can take a step back and be appreciative of the things that they do have. And especially for the kids that don't have the blessings that they have. Some of the other things, just having daily affirmations. I know this is something gonna be new for them, so I'm looking forward to introducing this to them. and just looking, what's one good thing that can happen in their day. I'm excited to share this with them, which you'll see when I introduce this to them later tonight after they get home from school. So I'm excited to see what they think. Before we get there, let me show you quickly my 5-minute journal. So this is my 5-minute journal. And I actually have another one right over there and probably another one on my bookshelf. I always keep several because sometimes I lose track of where I place them and I want to put them in a spot that I know that I'm going to use it consistently. And it's basically the same version of the kids journal. I mean, the big difference that instead of just naming one thing, you're naming up to 3 things. So let me just show you what this looks like. So each day is going to start off with a quote or a weekly challenge. And it's just something to get you inspired or to do something that maybe you haven't done in a while. Like one of the challenges that I liked was reaching out to a friend that you haven't spoken to in a number of years, whether it's send them a text message or just give them a quick call, but just to reconnect with somebody that you haven't in a while. And then that follows with naming 3 things that I'm grateful for. And as you can tell, like this is something I'm really excited about. And I can't tell you how many times where I've just had a bad day or a crummy day because a webinar didn't work out, or maybe I record a video and forgot to turn on my microphone so I had no audio. I have several of those days. So just to make myself write down 3 things that I'm grateful for, it just reminds me to take stock in the things I have in my life. Then I go on to say, what are 3 things that are gonna make today great? Is it writing a blog post? Is it sending an email newsletter to my readers? Whatever those 3 things, or what are those top 3 things I have to do today to make sure that today is a win? And then a daily affirmation. And I know this is probably weird and different for many of you, and I know it was for me too, but daily affirmation just could be, I'm a loving father that spends quality time with my family. Or it's, I'm a successful entrepreneur that puts my clients first. There are so many different types of affirmations that you can do, but the act of writing them down and saying them out loud just reinforces to you and makes you believe what you're saying. And that's all you have to do in the morning. Now in the evenings is when you reflect and see what are the cool and amazing things that happened today and what's the one thing that you could have made today better. Now this is something that typically my wife and I do together when we can. Sometimes, with bedtime routines, it's crazy, but we try to make a commitment to share, what are our top 3 things? What are our daily wins to make sure that we're staying connected? All right, so that is a look at my 5-minute journal. And like I said, if you want to pick this up, I promise you it's going to be the best 5 minutes that you spend in your day. Now I want to see, how do my kids react? How do my kids respond to getting their 5-minute journal? And let's just see how it works out.
I'm done.
You're done? What do you got there?
I'm grateful for playing basketball with my dad.
That is awesome.
Dad, Ryan already has more than 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Who's Ryan? I'm done. On both of his channels, right? No, 12. Well, I don't know what to do for the day. Hey, Dad, can I have some more milk?
All right, so we are 1 week into doing the 5-minute journal with my kids, and let me tell you, I'm actually really impressed. One, I'm impressed because I actually followed through with something and held my kids accountable, but I'm also impressed because they're actually doing it. And let me just say, my older 2 are doing it. My 6-year-old, he's, I think he said he's grateful for pooping in his pants. Yeah, I think he said that. But I just want to read like some of the things that my kids wrote, which I just really love. I'll read my middle son. So he just turned 8 recently, and one of the things I got chuckle. What is he grateful for? He's grateful for his family one day. He's grateful for his house. All right. What would make today great? I could help out. So my 8-year-old, he is my helper. He's the kid that he'll make chocolate milk for his youngest sister. He'll put the laundry away. Like anytime that we need a diaper or some wipes, like he's the one that goes and does that. So the fact that he wrote that's awesome. One amazing thing that happened today, he wrote, I almost got on purple. I guess that's something to do with their school. I guess if he gets on purple, it's a good thing. But he said, what make, that was amazing that happened today. So the other day he wrote, what would make today great? And this is hard to read, but I'm pretty sure he wrote, I could get an iPhone. This is my 8-year-old. Like, dude, you ain't getting an iPhone, sorry. Kids and phones these days, crazy. All right, that's a whole other topic. But I wanna read what my 10-year-old wrote. So this is really cool. I am grateful for being able to go to school 2 hours late. We had a bit of a snow day on a Monday. It wasn't even like snow, it was like frost. That's what they do here in Tennessee. But that was cool. He's grateful for that. What would make today great? Getting a good night's sleep. I can appreciate that. Daily affirmation. So I actually had to read, because my son was kind of struggling, like, what is an affirmation? Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And he wrote, daily affirmation, I am kind to the people who treat me fairly. This is my 10-year-old. I am kind to the people that treat me fairly. Like, I love that. One amazing thing that happened today, playing basketball with my dad and winning 53 to 60 or 60 to 53. All right, so we had like a little Tykes basketball goal upstairs, and you know, I mean, I wasn't totally easy on him. He was pulling some shots out of you know what. So anyway, yeah, he beat his old man. What did I learn today? If you do your homework and get it all done right, it could lead to special things. I ain't gonna lie, like, these comments are making me proud. I am grateful the next day. I'm grateful for my clothes that I have to get dressed. What would make today great? If I get to go outside for recess. And daily affirmation, I am good at waking up early and getting dressed and going to school. Love it. So these are just some of the things that my kids have wrote, and I love it. Still need to get better at going over like what the things in the evening, you know, what the thing happened today, what I learned today. You know, when you've got 4 kids and 3 of them in sports, I mean, we are running every which direction. But I hope that this is going to be a tool that keeps us better connected, that we can share, you know, what are the things that we're looking forward to today, and what are the things that happen that were amazing. Things that we can share either at the dinner table or, you know, right before we go to bed. I always make sure I tuck my kids into bed, pray for them, all that good stuff. But I love having this 5-minute journal and just using this as a tool just to help us be better connected. So 2 thumbs up. You know, if you have one, get one for yourself. You know, before maybe you want to buy these for your kids, you know, buy a 5-minute journal for yourself and commit to doing it for a week and just see what that does for you. I think you'll be pretty amazed on just the things that makes you think about and reflect on, and just the things that you take for granted in your daily life, because we all do, because we're all busy. Like, everybody's busy. You're not busier than anybody else. I've got 4 kids, 3 and 4s. I'm busy. Chances are you're busier than me. I get it. But you can commit to doing 5 minutes and reflecting on your day. What would make today great? What are you grateful for? And identifying some of the amazing things that happen that you probably just think, oh, this is just a normal day. But man, just taking stock in that is huge for you. So, all right, this is my 5-minute journal for kids review, but also, like I said, I'm a big, huge fan of the 5-minute journal for adults, the normal one, so check that out. And if you like this video, wouldn't mind if you give me a thumb. I think you can only give one of these, so that's cool. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I got more content coming your way. So make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell, because ding, 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 ding. That way you know when the latest video is dropped. All right, well, I appreciate you. And until next time, peace. Now let's just...
Well, I don't know what to do for the day. Hey, Dad, can I have some more milk? I'm grateful for playing basketball with my dad.